everyone, welcome back to WS Cube. In our today's session, we will be talking about slicing in list. Yes, guys, slicing in list, slicing term we have heard before. We have also done slicing in our strings. Today we will be doing slicing in the list. So slicing in the list is pretty much similar to how we have done slicing in the strings, but let's see how it can be done over here. Before that, if you want to become a successful data analyst and if you want to learn from our experts live, then you can call on the given number or you can fill the form that is provided in our description. Not just that, with our every batch, you will be getting 2 demo classes for free. So guys, I'm considering a case over here where I'm taking a list A is equals to, let's say inside I'm adding 3 elements, 10, 20 and 30. Okay, now to access any one element, first of all, we will be starting with accessing a one element. With the help of the index, we can access an element. So what I'll be doing, I'll be writing print name of our list, that is A. Inside the square bracket, if I want to access number 20 over here, we know that the index value starts from 0. So number 10 will be on number 0, number 20 will be on number 1 and number 30 will be on number 2. If we talk about the negative indexing over here, we know that number 30 is on -1, number 20 is on -2 and number 10 is on -3. So if I want to access 20 over here, what I can do, I can write 1 and let's run and see what we get. So here we will get 20. Similarly, if you want to go with the negative indexing, all you need to do is you need to write print A. Inside the square brackets, you can write -2, that is for the 20. And if I run it, I'll get 20 over here. So in both the condition, both the cases, we can access an element. You can go for any element inside a list. You can write any element inside the list. You can get a value of any element inside a list with the help of our indexes. Okay. Now talking about the slicing over here. Slicing means if you want to slice a small part of a list. So first of all, to slice a list, let's just extend our list. We have a very small list over here. So I'll be adding more elements to it. Okay. Now I have 7 elements over here. Now let's say I want to slice a small part of it. Okay. What I need to do, as we have done in our string slicing, we need to provide with a starting value. We need to provide with the ending value and we need to provide with the step in between. So let's see how it can be done. So let's say if I want to slice 30, 40 and 50 over here, I want these 3 middle elements. So what I'm going to do, I'll be writing the starting value. For example, print A. The starting value would be for 30, we have 0, 1, 2. So it's starting on number 2. I'll put a colon over here, 30, 40, 50. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And as we know, to the ending number, we add +1. So it's ending on 4. That's why we will be writing 5. And I don't want any space in between. I don't want a gap of any number in between. So what I can do, as soon as I run this program, I'll get 30, 40, 50 in a format of a list. Similarly, let's say if I want to slice the first 3 elements, what I need to do is I'll write print over here, write A inside the square bracket. Now, as I want it from the starting, it's not required to define the starting value over here. All I can do is put a colon and we can define the ending value over here, that okay, we are starting from a default value, that is our number 0, and we are ending it on, let's say, number 4. So if I write number 4 over here, I'll be getting 10, 20, 30 and 40. And let's run and see. So yes, we got 10, 20, 30 and 40. Similarly, we can also slice the last few elements as well. For that, all you need to write print A. Inside the square brackets, I'll be defining my starting value now. Why? Because we need a starting value. As we know, we are going all the way towards the end, so we don't have to define the ending value. But because we want to start it from between or maybe close towards the end, so we have to define from where we have to start. So let's say I want to start it from number 50. For number 50, we can write -1, -2, -3. So -3. I'll not define the end. And if I run it, I get 50, 60 and 70. You can write a positive index over here, but negative indexing was closed from this side. That's why I use negative indexing here. Similarly, if you want a gap in between, let's say I want to print all the elements, but I want to print elements on number 1, number 3, number 5 and number 7. So what I can do, I can provide with a gap in between. Let's say I'll be writing print A. Inside the square bracket, I'm not defining the ending value because I'm starting from default 0 and ending at wherever it is ending. I'll be providing with a gap in between, so I'll be writing 2 over here. And as soon as I run it, I'll get 10, 30, 50 and 70. Similarly, if you want to give a space of 3 in between, all you need to do is replace the 2 from 3 over here and you'll get 10. After 10 directly we will be skipping 2 elements over here and go to the third element, that is our 14, skipping 2 elements, going to the third element, that is our 70. It can also be done by providing a range. The gap can also be used by providing a range. Let's say I want to start it from 20 and end at 60. So our starting value 20 would be print a starting value 20. That means we will be starting from 1. Last value is 60. So for 60 you can use -2 or -1 over here in this case, because we will be adding +1 to it, and I can provide it with a gap in between. So let's say I want a gap of 2 over here. As soon as I run it, I get 20, 40 and 60. So I get a range of 20 to 60 in between. I'm skipping a step in between. Right. Similarly, we can find the reverse of the list just like how we have done in the strings. All you need to do is you need to write print a inside the square bracket. Now you don't have to define the starting value. You don't have to define the ending value also over here. All you need to do is write -1 to get the reverse, to obtain the reverse of the whole list. So I'll be writing colon -1, and as soon as I run it, you will see I will receive the reverse of whole list, that is 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20 and 10. So guys, this is how slicing in list can be done. Slicing simple means to obtain a small part of a list, or if you want to reverse it, or if you want to obtain one part of it, or if you want to obtain a list with the gaps in between, that is where our slicing can be used. That means we are obtaining a small part of a list. So I hope guys slicing is clear to you. In our next session, we will be talking about iteration in list. Yes, list can be iterated using the for loop, using the while loop. We will be learning how it can be done with the different methods. So stay connected and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.